Everyone who doesn't know, I am Dwayne Burke. I am your tech wizard. All right. A little bit about me so that you know what I'm talking about. I'm the engineer for Schmodown Backstage and the Inner Geekdom Show, both on the Schmodown Entertainment Network YouTube channel. I am also a Twitch streamer and broadcaster. You can find me at the link below or at the handle below. Link is in the video description. So today's show is going to be all about bringing other people's video feeds into your broadcast. How do you do it? It's a question that I've gotten time and time again, and I figured why not just make a show where I teach people how to do all of the things that they were wondering about. So before we get started, I just want to remind you guys to like the video because it helps with the algorithm. If you haven't already, subscribe, please. It helps more than you know. And let's get into it. All right, so there's actually two different ways that you can do this. We're gonna do both of them. I'm gonna need a volunteer if anybody in the audience would like to volunteer, because I need someone to join me on a Skype call to illustrate the second way. But the first way I could do all on my own. So if anybody wants to volunteer, just let me know. Let's switch over to the working layout so that you guys can see my screen. All right, so normally I won't have to do this crazy rigging that I had to do for this, but if I don't do it this way, you get this wild OBS inception effect. If anybody's seen me open OBS on stream before, they know what I'm talking about. But this is your basic OBS layout. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up OBS, start a new scene, and then what you're going to do, you click this little plus sign right here, and then new source, and you can either do window capture or display capture. The difference between the two, window capture will only capture the specific window that you tell it to target, where display capture will just capture your display and anything that is on your display. The danger with that is that if you got, OnlyFans open in the background and you close whatever is on your desktop, that's what's gonna show up on screen, all right? I had that happen where I closed a tab on Chrome and my Twitter DMs showed up on stream, which is not great. So, window capture, and then all you're gonna do is name it. I'm gonna name it Zoom, just because that's what we're gonna be using. All right. And then just a note, you cannot have a source with the same name as another source. You also cannot have a source with the same name as a scene. All right. So once you do that, you will just, all right, now we gotta hop into Zoom real quick. So you just start a Zoom call, whatever, it doesn't really matter who with, whatever. So you got your Zoom call open. Then in OBS, what you're gonna do is, hold on, let me get everything targeted correctly. Sorry. All right, so down here, you're gonna have Zoom, and then it's gonna give you a couple different options. Actually, hold on, I gotta close it real quick. And there we go. All right, now I can do it right. So you're gonna get a couple different options. You're gonna get Zoom, which will give you the program window, and then you're gonna get Zoom Meeting. You wanna make sure you click on Zoom Meeting, and what that will do is target the Zoom meeting, all right? And then let me go into the meeting. Let me start video. What the hell? Why is this showing up like this? And this is why I'm doing it live. Technical difficulties, y'all. All right, so that's the basics of it. When you pull Zoom into, whoa, what the, okay. What in God's name? Oh, okay. Now I see what's going on. Zoom is being funky, y'all. All right. So it's gonna look funky on my screen, but once you bring it into Zoom, you go into OBS, and here you go. This is your source. Now within your source, you highlight, go to transform, and then what I always do is I start with fit to screen, and it'll bring it to the size of your canvas in OBS. All right. And then once you got it to the size of the canvas, all you do is find your corner. You can resize it if you don't need to crop to an individual. But if you want to crop to an individual, let me see if I can. There we go. Let's. What the hell? Why is this being like this? Okay, let me stop my video for a second and zoom. Oh God. Sorry for all the complications, but this is so much more difficult trying to show you stuff in OBS, because you get this super weird inception effect when you try to do it. Trying to get why is this being difficult? Jesus. Man, my computer is not having it right now. Let's go to video. I hate doing it this way, but Zoom is the way that everyone likes to do this these days. All right, there we go. So now you're gonna see me from another angle. All right. So when you're in OBS, all right, let's get this onto the right. Okay, this is not the right. Oh, I know what the problem is. All right, so in Zoom, sorry. If you have this issue, which everyone I think is gonna have when they first start, all right. So you're gonna open up Zoom, and initially you're going to not see anything. You're either gonna get a black screen, or all you're gonna get is the meeting image. Then what you're gonna get is right here. You're gonna go to video, advanced, and then in auto rendering, or when in rendering method, you're gonna pick either one of these. It doesn't actually matter. Just don't leave it on auto and don't leave it on flip. All right. So, oh God damn it. Okay, so I have to. Sorry, I have to restart Zoom. Give me a second. I've completely forgot about this problem because I don't normally use Zoom on this computer. All right, so I'm gonna start Zoom back up real quick and get it in there for you guys. Process is still all the same. All right, so you start your meeting. Once your meeting started, you can actually close the original Zoom window. All right. So join with computer audio, start video. There we go. And then see like I have it here. I'm targeting the wrong Zoom window. I'm targeting the actual Zoom window, not the meeting. I target the meeting, and then boom, now I'm up on screen. All right. So what you're gonna do when you're up on screen is, so what I always do is the first thing I do is transform and then fit to screen. And then from there, it'll snap it to your 1920 by 1080p canvas. And then from there, if you don't need to crop anything out of the meeting, then you can just resize from there. But if you're trying to create these individual boxes the way like I do on Backstage, or the way I do on the Inner Geekdom show, or when I bring people into my own Twitch stream like I did on the thumbnail, right? The way you crop it is you hold Alt and then drag, all right? And then what that will do is crop the image just to what you need it to do. Now, if you haven't fit it to screen, so what I'll do is sometimes you can reset transform, and then if you haven't fit it to screen, what it'll do is it'll then create green lines for you. And that green line will let you know that the source that you're using has been cropped, right? So what I'll do a lot of the times is I'll crop my source to what I want it to be. Crop it, and then after my crop, then you always use fit to screen. All right, so then you do fit to screen, because your other option is stretch to screen, and if you use stretch to screen, you're gonna get this super weird like distortion of your source. Like here, I'll show you what it'll look like with this. So if you go stretch to screen, and you see now the audio, or not the audio, the video has been distorted to stretch to fit the screen instead of just the natural aspect ratio. So go back to fit. Now it's not going to be a perfect fit, but then that's what you can do now that you've fit it to screen. Now when you adjust the crop, you're not going to get any green lines. It's just going to adjust in the screen, just like that. So you can do that, and then come down here and do this. See, and it fits to screen. So, and then there you have it. Now, if you've got more than one person, you just do the exact same thing. You just make another window capture with Zoom and do the exact same thing for their box. That's all you got to do. The only problem is, and this is why Zoom is super pain in the ass. All right, let's go back to the main. The only problem with that is when Zoom brings new people into the meeting, the layout adjusts, and all of that cropping is going to have to be readjusted to fit the view that you want it to fit. That's why I don't particularly like using Zoom, because you can't really solve that problem. Now, I don't see any volunteers in the chat, and I want to show you guys the other way to do this. But it requires another person on a Skype call. But I can walk you through the beginning part of it until I get there. All right, and that's what I will do. So let's go back into our working screen and pull up. We'll pull OBS back up, and then we'll delete this Zoom capture because we don't need it. And then for this, what you're going to do is, first thing first, you have to download the For Creators version of Skype, which all you got to do is uninstall. If you have Windows, you have to uninstall the app version, the Windows Store version. Get rid of that because you can't use NDI sources with that version. And then if you have a Mac, you don't have to worry about it. You just go to the Skype website. Link is in the description below. Download the correct version for your operating system, and then you're good to go. And then the other thing that you have to do is you have to download the plugin for NDI integration for OBS, which is also in the description below, along with a link for OBS. All right. And then just install those. You just run the installers. They'll go to the correct folders. You don't have to worry about it. Bingo, bango, you're done. All right. And then you go into OBS again. Once you got Skype, you open Skype. you're going to click the little three dots that say more, go into settings, go down to calling, go to advanced, and then click on allow NDI usage. Now, the only thing that some people don't like about using Skype NDI is there will be a Skype watermark in your video feeds no matter what. You cannot get rid of it. But on the plus side is on the other person's end of the call on Skype, they will get a little banner saying and letting them know that you have enabled NDI and it's possible that you could be recording the call, which is very important for privacy reasons. All right. So once you do that, you get that all done. All you're going to do is start a meeting. Cool, whatever. Start the meeting. Just mute myself. And then, all right. So up here, you see you're going to have a little icon right here. So with that icon, you can stop and start NDI during the call at any point. So whenever you want to, you can stop and start the call. Let me figure something out real quick. I don't know why my webcam isn't working. That's weird. Huh. That is super interesting. Yeah. Oh, I know why. Because Zoom is open still. There we go. All right, so let me end this. Yeah, end that meeting. Cool. All right, so here is the Skype meeting, right? I got somebody in with me, right? And then all you're gonna do is, there we go. All right, video is on in Skype, and then all you got to do is kind of the same way that you would do for Zoom, except for now when you do that new source, you're going to go to, oh, where is it? Oh, well, that's interesting. I just realized that I don't have this installed, so you're gonna get to watch me do that on my computer. All right, so I don't have the NDI plugin installed, so you'll get to see me pick the installer. So you go here. Whoops, that's not the right file. GitHub is kind of annoying sometimes. There it is. Go to file. Where is the... All I need is the installer file. What the fuck? Oh, this is so complicated. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. It's normally not this hard to find. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is weird that it's MacOS. No. Where is the build for Windows? Oh man. Yeah, I don't know why this is. Hold on, give me a second. OBS. NDI plugin Windows. Yeah, I know there's a newer one, so I don't know why it's going to the oldest one. Yeah. Updates. Yeah, here we go. Hold on. OBS Studio version. Yep, here we go. There we go. Now, here I will fix the link in the description below. All right, so simply all you do, run the installer. Boom, yes. Next. It'll install everything in the right place for you on your own. You don't have to do anything. You just got to get to this point and install it. Once it's installed, you just accept the agreement. There you go. Just go through all that. And then the only thing you have to do once you finish the installer is boom, finish. You have to restart OBS before the plugin will take effect. So just close OBS, open OBS back up. Whoops, that's not the right one. That's the right one. I really need to get a mouse for this thing. All right, so you open OBS back up. Once you open OBS back up, you will know that it worked because you will have in your sources, you will have the option for NDI source. All right, that's what I was looking for earlier. All you do, once again, you name it. I'm just going to name this one Skype. And then what you'll get here is a source name. All right. So that source name, when you have multiple people in your call, it'll be, Skype whoever. And then all you do is pick that person, right? And then pick the bandwidth. Obviously it's just going to be, you either get highest or lowest, so it gives you the quality. And then you can also do audio only if you don't need the visual. All you need is the audio, right? And then when you do your sync, just keep it as source timing and you should be fine. And then, so what that means is it's going to keep the audio because it's kind of backwards. When you're talking about things over NDI, audio actually travels faster than video because the file size is smaller. But it keeps everything in sync with the source, not with your network. So the audio and video should stay in sync. If you put it at network timing, it'll sync as it comes in, so your audio and video might end up out of sync. All right, so you just leave it as is, bring it in, and then it's all you're gonna get is that person's video, and then you can again fit to screen, and then that's how you bring it in. And each individual person will come in as a separate video. The reason that this is so much better to me is that it doesn't matter if someone leaves the call, it won't fuck up the orientation of everyone in your screen. So you don't have to do that mad dash to fix the crop if someone leaves the call. If you're on a show where you have, multiple guests, if one of your guests leave, it will not mess up your video and you have to do this mad dash to fix everything. So that's how you bring people into your streams, either using Zoom or Skype NDI. Now, the Zoom way of doing it, you can actually do with any video meeting software. So if you're using Skype, if you want to use StreamYard it and not stream directly to the platform for some reason, if you want to use Discord, it does not matter. Whatever the platform is, you can use it and window capture it into OBS and then crop down. Right now, Skype is the only video calling service that is NDI capable in this manner. You can pretty much use any video calling service as an NDI source, but that requires a lot more technology and a lot more know-how. But Skype is the only one that you're capable of doing it quite like this. So I will give it like a minute or two if anyone's got any questions or needs me to explain anything in more detail. I want the questions to come in. That's kind of the reason why I did this live, is so that as people are either following along or watching, they can ask questions as they go. So if they get confused about something, I'm right here. If we don't have any questions, then all I will say is please make sure you like the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at BurkeMade, Patreon at BurkeMade, and you can catch me on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday right now. You can catch me engineering the Schmodown Backstage show every Tuesday at 12:30, and the Schmodown Inner Geekdom show every Friday at 9 a.m. All of those times are Pacific Standard Time. For my Twitch broadcasts, you can just go to the link in the description below, and I have a schedule laid out for every single day. I update it almost daily, so as times change, it's updated there. All right, it looks like we don't have any questions, so thank you everyone for joining me today. This has been the first episode of technical difficulties, in which we had some technical difficulties. Please let me know in the comments how you like the format. If you'd rather it be an edited video, it will probably be about the same length, but then you won't have the option to ask questions live. And then I also probably don't know how well I'd be able to answer questions in the comments. But if you'd prefer it to be edited, let me know in the comments below. So thank you everyone for coming. Please check out David B, who provides all of the music for this. All of the music comes off his Sunday Vibes Volume 1 album. He was gracious enough to create an album just for people who are creating, so that they could use copyright-free music in the face of the current issues with DMCA. So please go check it out. It's available anywhere that you can get music. All you got to do is search David B. And with that, I will see you guys on another show or next week. Come back. See you next time.